Hi everybody. Oh, this is the first time doing this in my new place and there's a train going by. So you're gonna have to let me know whether or not you can hear it because I don't know how much sound travels around here. I'm Keela Fowler. I'm the founder and CEO of 85 Beauty, and today we're gonna talk about mascara. Now, before we get into it, first, my friends have told me that Mercury is in retrograde, and I'm starting to believe them because trying to get on here was a little tricky. I don't know, Facebook, technology, these things don't want to be friends with me right now. I'm trying to respect that, but at the same time, like we've got things to talk about. So I'm gonna try to make sure that I can share this out so that everybody can see it, and then we're gonna get right into the good stuff. So let's try to make this quick and easy. If you hear me typing with my little fingers, I'm just making sure everybody can see what's going on. All right. There we go. So while I am getting everything shared out, I'm going to give you a little bit of background. So again, my name's Keela. I'm the founder and CEO of 85 Beauty, and my job is to make sure that makeup feels easy and accessible because often it feels overwhelming, it feels scary, and it's just like a whole lot of, I don't know what I'm doing. And so my job is to help kind of kick intimidation to the curb so that it feels a lot smoother for you, easier for you. I teach tips and tricks on here, and that is the primary goal of basically my work and my business. So I'm just making sure, I think we're good now. Okay. We should be good. I think we're good to go. And we are. Awesome. Okay. Good. Let's get into it. So here's what we're going to be doing today. First, I need to put some extra makeup on because all I have on right now are brows and lipstick. And that's not really enough. Excuse the lean as I grab all the good stuff. So mascara. We have a few bits of information that we need to talk about. What I'm going to do is just a really quick like makeup base, and then from there we'll be able to kind of get into the good stuff in terms of how to use mascara, what you need from it, etc. So I am swiping on a little concealer, and I've been doing this a lot lately, just using concealer as kind of my full makeup foundation. I'm not using foundation recently because I find that a little duo of mascara really does the trick. So if you are trying to get out of your house quickly, you want to use a concealer that has a really good coverage, because what you can do is use it on the eyes as necessary, under the eyes as necessary, and then just let the rest of the product kind of blend all over. So that has been my go-to, and it's the way that I have been getting out of the house very quickly, because most mornings I have a little too much fun planning things for you and watching YouTube and catching up on Real Housewives of name the city above, right? And so I often find that I have not as much time to get ready and do my makeup. So we are finding as many ways to consolidate efforts and make things easier. This is one of them. Okay, I'm gonna put some powder really quickly. Okay, so powder is to set your liquid products. I like to use a makeup sponge for this. And the Real Technique sponges you can use wet or dry, and that's what I prefer to have some flexibility. Typically with the Beauty Blender, they always recommend that you use that wet. So if you're looking for an alternative, Real Techniques is excellent. I use both the Beauty Blender and the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. And this is their powder sponge, which is phenomenal. Okay, so We quickly have on some concealer. We have on some powder. Gonna put a little bronzer just to add a little something to the face. And then we will be ready to get into the mascara. So here's what happened. I was just about ready to show you all the good stuff. And this Mercury retrograde thing, it just apparently is not an exaggeration. It is a truth because it kicks my butt every time it comes around. And I think, oh no, it's fine. It's not an issue. It's an issue, y'all. It is an issue. So let's talk mascara. Here's the biggest part. How do you know which one to choose? So the first thing you want to look for when trying to figure out what you like in mascara is, what do you want from your lashes? So you want to ask yourself, do you want length? Which means you want your lashes to look longer. You want your lashes to appear longer. Do you want volume? Which means you want your lashes to appear thicker. Now that would mean that like you would see more lashes from one side to the other across your eye. That's volume. Okay, we have length, we have volume. Or do you want both? And that's typically going to be kind of like that false lash effect, which is personally my favorite because I always joke, it's not a joke though, that my brother took the lash gene and ran with it and gave it to his kids. All of my nieces and nephews have beautiful eyelashes, as does my brother. And I mean, mine aren't bad. They're just not as good as his and his kids. So I always want the most bang for my buck when it comes to mascara. That is going to help you once you know what you want from your lashes. That will help you decide what to look for. So when you're in the store, you're shopping, you're trying to figure out what kind of mascara is going to work for you. You need to know so that you can ask the person who's helping you, I need a lengthening mascara if you want length, because that will help them dictate, oh, then you don't want to use this because this is more volumizing. It isn't going to deliver what you are looking for. Or, you want volumizing? We're going to kind of step away from those lengthening mascaras because that's not really going to give you what you want. So I have several mascaras and I'm going to show them to you, and we're going to talk about the different aspects of the brushes, how they work, and kind of what you should look for based on what you want from your lashes. So first one I'm going to show you, just making sure I have all of the ones I want here. Okay. First one I'm going to show you is CoverGirl. This is the Supersizer. Now, the Supersizer claims to be volumizing and lengthening. I love this for my bottom lashes. I use it exclusively for my bottom lashes. And what you'll notice about this brush, there's a lot more silicone brushes now. So I'm just going to kind of bring that closer to you so that you can see. You'll see that it's thinner here and then it gets a little bit larger here, but for the most part, it's pretty narrow and horizontal. There's tiny little spikes. That is typically going to get right into the base of your lashes as close to your lash line as possible and build up volume. Now, this is really helpful when you have those teeny tiny like spikes because it helps to separate your lashes. So this is a great separating mascara, which is why I like it for my bottom lashes. Now I said it's going to help build volume, but only at the base, like at the root of the lash. It's going to make it look kind of like you have eyeliner on without having to actually do that. The problem though, is that this is truly more for length. So anything that's typically more narrow is going to be a defining mascara or a lengthening mascara. In contrast, I'm going to show you something that is going to give you more volume than anything else. So this is the Collab Love Your Curves Extreme Curl and Sculpt Mascara. This is personally one of my favorites right now. I'm so into it. It has a big old brush. Now, a kind of general rule of thumb to help you. The bigger the brush, the more volume it will deliver. The kind of thinner the brush, the more length and definition it will deliver. So big as in, look at that bad boy. I will show you side by side so that you can see the difference between the brushes, and this should help you. Okay, So you will see this one is actually kind of curved as well. That's to help with the curling effect. But the size really matters when it comes to mascara wands, because the bigger the brush, the kind of thicker it is, the more like volume of like, oh, that kind of like wide, thick lash you're gonna get from that. The other one, I have two more to show you. So this has a really thick, but kind of, this is a more traditional mascara wand. This one's by Flower Beauty. I don't particularly use this mascara. This is a volumizing mascara though. And it says volumizing mascara. So if you are looking for your lashes to have more volume, you want to look for the word volumizing. They will typically tell you on the packaging. But you'll see this is a more traditional old school mascara wand because it kind of swirls all the way around. It has actual bristles, like brush bristles. And so again, thicker at the base and kind of tapers down at the bottom. That is typically a clue of some kind of like volumizing mascara. And then we have, this is the collab, this is the Wow Effect all-in-one mascara. So this is saying they're going to do everything. This is a more unique shape, but I just wanted you to have some understanding. So you'll see this one curves at the top and has teeny tiny bristles. You see how tiny that is? And then it has kind of spikier bristles at the bottom that are a little bit wider and like more separated. So this is meant to deliver as much impact of color right at the base. And then the thicker one is going to volumize and kind of pull those lashes out with that thinner brush. I personally don't love this mascara. I love the concept, and there are some other mascaras I've tried that have been really helpful that are similar to this design, but I just find to be a more impactful formula. So we have some different mascaras. I'm going to actually bring you in and teach you some of the tips for application, because often, even if you can get a good mascara recommendation, you get frustrated because it doesn't work out and you're just like, I don't know what happened. I got it all over me, or I can't see what I'm doing, or right, insert issue here. So, ooh, I did not bring, that's tricky. Okay. There's something important that I needed that I forgot to bring. That's okay, we're gonna roll with it. So what I'm gonna show you is, actually, I'm sorry to do this. I need to get paper towels. It's just necessary. I'll be right back. Be right back, 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 and I'm back. Just like that, see? That wasn't even long. Here's why you need these, because my number one tip for mascara application is to wipe off the excess. Often the brush is going to have way more product than you need. So you need to get rid of the extra. So I take one of the like make your own size paper towels and I just rip it into quarters. You don't have to be precise. And then I hold on to them in this size. They are perfect for blotting your lipstick. They are perfect for taking off the excess mascara. They are perfect for wiping something off the back of your hand, and then you're not wasting paper towels. So this is my mascara of choice. And what you will see is that there's a ton of product on there. You see that? So what you want to do, you're going to just cradle that inside, and I'm pinching with my fingers so that I have my hands around, my fingers are around the actual wand. Pull it straight out. That's all the extra that was planning on going on your face. And then take the top and just swirl that excess off. Now you will see that it has a much better, more even distribution of mascara. And all of this is not going to go on your face, which is great. Okay, so that's tip number one. Tip number two, with your mirror, what you want to do is take your mirror, and a lot of people want to go like straight on so they can see what they're doing. What's going to happen though is your eye is far too open. So the top of your lashes are going to start to hit and transfer color to your eyelid, which you don't want. So what you want to do instead is bring your mirror down low. Looking into the mirror down low naturally closes your eye more. So what you'll be able to do as you wiggle that wand, you're not going to touch the top of your eyelid as you wiggle through. Okay? So far, so good? I did not curl my lashes. Yes, you can curl your lashes. Yes, I suggest curling your lashes. If you don't, I won't tell. You'll be fine. Okay, so we have our mirror. Mirror down. It brings the eyes down and closed. I prefer to start towards the center. I go right under the lash, wiggle it, and release it through the lash. Down, wiggle, release it through. There is an eyelash in my eye. I can feel it. Got it. Then I work. I don't always use the full wand. Sometimes I just use an edge. So for example, I'm going to use this front edge as I get further to the outside corner of my lashes. You can curl the wand. I curl it a little bit as I go. And then when I get to the inside, again, I kind of just tap it into the lash, wiggle, and release. Some people like to blink through their mascara. I always get a mess when I do that. But if you are interested, that's another technique that you can use. But you can really just slowly wiggle and pull the wand through. Now you might notice clumps. What I recommend is to, if you see that, first of all, you can go back to your paper towel, wipe the excess off, so then you're not just putting a whole bunch more product through. And you'll be able to comb through the excess, pull the excess off. Now, you'll notice I'm going through my lashes several times. This is one coat. Often I find that women think they should be able to just pull the mascara through each lash, and then they're done. Like, that's like you're not even close. So if you are looking for maximum impact of your mascara, you need to comb through your lashes several times. That's just the way it works. Okay? Like, I just need you to just get on board with that. That's what needs to happen. Now, I put my wand back in because I want to show you something that's really important as well. So first we talked about taking the excess off. Then we talked about wiggling it through and letting it pull. Wiggle, pull it through. Wiggle, pull it through. Use the different parts of your wand, right? Typically, that first dip is enough for both lashes. And like I said, one swipe is not a coat. You want to go through your lashes all together so that you get a full coat of mascara. I'm going to come in a little bit closer just so that you can see the difference. No mascara, mascara. Okay? Do not pump your wand in your mascara. Don't do it. You know, when people do one of these, you're pumping air and bacteria into your mascara. It will dry out faster and it will not be pleasant to you. Like, you need to treat your mascara with care. So if you are ever feeling like you're just not getting enough on your brush, you probably have a drier formula and you might like a more wet formula of mascara like I do. So instead of pumping, what you want to do is just swipe it around the edges. Similar to if you had a lip gloss that was just kind of running out and you're going to scrape the inside edges, you're going to do that with your mascara wand and you'll get a lot more product. So again, I have a lot of product. I'll show you one more time. Paper towel, just wrap it and swipe it. Take the top, roll it. This is all the excess that would have ended up all over your face. Okay. Round 2, second lash. Mirror down, mascara up. as I'm doing this, I will tell you another part. I am right-handed, so doing the right side of my eye doesn't bother me. I'm not in my own way. When you get to your opposite dominant side, so what is the opposite of dominant? You're submissive? I don't even know. But my right, I'm fine. Doing my left, I always start in the same direction that my hand naturally wants to hold my mascara wand, but then I flip it around, which means I have to cross my body in order to apply from the other angle to get the inside of this lash. So please do not be alarmed and do not be afraid to change the angle in which you hold your brush. It's okay to move it and turn it around as necessary. You may also want to hold your brush upright to just get kind of the tips of your lashes that can help to have a more elongated look. Same with kind of poking it down and then pulling up that way. You want to brush the lash in the direction that you want it to go. So if you want your lash to kind of have that fanned out effect to the side, you want to fan it out to the side. Okay? So that is one coat of mascara on both lashes. Next thing you need to know. Let your top mascara dry before you do your bottom. Often you're in a rush, right? And you're like, okay, mascara, let's do this. And then before you know it, you have a smudge. You're like, oh no, what happened? What happened was you need to look in a different direction. The more that you move your eyes, the rest of your eye moves with you. Your eyelid is moving. Your lashes are moving. Every time you look around, your eyes are moving. So when you go into doing your bottom mascara, I don't know about you, but I'm just going to show you what naturally happens. I do this, which means I open my eyes up and I typically tilt my head down, which means my lashes are going to start to touch or smudge anywhere that they can reach. And if you have really long lashes, that means you're going to get smudges all over. So what I recommend doing is put on your top mascara and then move on to another part of the face. So I don't have highlighter on, but I can take care of that right now. So I'm going to let my top mascara just dry and kind of do its thing. And I'm going to move on to another part of the face. I'm going to put a little highlighter. Ooh, that's not a little. That's not a little. That's a lot. It's a lot of highlighter. It's a reason that you have these small little pieces so that then you can fix your mistakes. Wow. It's all the highlighter a girl could ever need. Oh my. Okay. That's a serious highlight situation. Serious. So you're going to take your sponge. Just kind of wipe some of the excess off and away. And then I would go back in with my blush brush, reblush to calm that down. There are fixes for all of your mistakes, I promise you. Okay, that's done. Now I'm ready, if I can find, bottom mascara. I've given it enough time. You don't need like 5 minutes, just a few minutes. And now I do my bottom. I did not wipe this down and I can feel it and I can see it because what's happening is I'm starting to clump up. So I just took my paper towel, wiped the excess. And now I can do my bottom lashes. I do it very much the same, except with my top lashes, I try to get as close to the root as possible. With my bottom, I start as far out as possible and just try to skim my eyelashes because otherwise it can get to kind of like that spidery look a little too easily. So you want to go real light on the bottom lashes. You can build it up, but it's really hard to kind of bring it back down to a calmer level when it comes to your mascara. Yeah, we all make weird faces when we do mascara, so if you're suddenly having all sorts of weird face, mouth movements doing your mascara, totally normal. Okay. At this point, if you wanted to do a second coat at the top, you could. I'm going to, and I'll tell you why. Like I said, I like that kind of false lash effect, as close as I can get to it without actual falsies. So, first layer has kind of dried. Now I'm going back in. My bottom lashes are kind of fine. You don't want there to be a ton of time between your first and second coat of mascara, but this is normally when you see the major effect of your mascara is going to be that second coat. So it's a much bigger effect than just one coat by itself. Okay. So those are all of the big ticket items, but there are two things I'm going to teach you before we say good night for now. First thing is, how do you keep track of when it's time to get rid of your mascara? If you have been following 85 Beauty for a while, you've probably already seen this tip, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. So what you need is washi tape. You can use Scotch tape, any kind of tape that you want. You're going to use some tape. You're going to use a Sharpie. You're going to write the date that you open your mascara, and then you're going to write the date 3 months later. So I opened this one about October 15th. October to November, November to December, December to January. So October 15th to January 15th. And then I'm going to take that little piece of washi tape, and I'm going to tape that around my mascara. So every single time I use it, I know exactly when I need to throw it out. You want to get rid of your mascara in 3 months. Remember, you are constantly opening it, using it on your eyes, putting it back in. Opening, using on your eyes, put it back in. Of course, if you ever get an eye infection, toss your mascara, buy a new one. But every 3 months, you want to replace your mascara. So now you don't have to wonder like, oh gosh, how long have I had this? How long have I been using this? Because often I lose track of that. I definitely do. It always feels like I've had it a little less time than I actually have. So I'm going to do this for each one. I opened all of these around the same time. And I'm telling you, it works like a charm because you will see this on your mascara every time you use it. And then you'll know, oh, so getting close. It's almost time to get a new one. Almost time to get a new one. So, dude, where did I put it? Here we go. Just a little tape. I like to put it towards the bottom. But there you go. So now you know. Oh, I ripped it too early. But now you know exactly when it's time to toss it out, buy a new one. Second thing, if you get a smudge, let it dry. Don't try to smudge it off with a Q-tip. You're going to get a black mark, and then you're going to need to kind of turn it into eyeliner, which you can do. So I'll show you that as well. But typically, you want to let it dry, and then just kind of like use your fingertip, and you can scrape it off once it's dried. So that is the easiest way to get mascara off. Second thing that I do, I use like a smudgy brush, and then I will actually go in and smudge right at the lash line and make it into kind of like a smoky eyeliner. Totally works every single time. Okay. I think that's everything I wanted to show you on mascara. I think, yeah, that's everything. So I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, go ahead, pop them in the comment box, and I will be able to answer them for you and help you on your mascara journey. I hope that this has been a really helpful but quick and easy way of having a better understanding of how to best utilize mascara, find the mascara that works for you, and make sure that, you know, your lashes look and feel really good. Okay, before I say goodnight, I need you to know that there is a 5-day challenge I'm going to be doing here on Facebook starting really soon. You want to make sure that you go to 85beauty.com and sign up on the email list. Doing that will give you all the details about the when and what's happening with the 5-day challenge. And you will also be able to get access to the free makeup inventory, which is a video training that helps you clear through all of your makeup. If you have a lot of makeup like I do, it's super helpful. When I was about to move, I actually did my own makeup inventory to get rid of the stuff that wasn't working for me anymore. And if you don't, it just kind of gives you some information so that you can learn about how to make sure that you're looking at expiration dates, getting rid of stuff that isn't serving you anymore, and all of those things that really help. All right, so I think that's everything. Go to 85beauty.com, get on that email list, and I will talk to you next week. I'll be on here now every week. I've decided that it's just what is necessary. Like, I want to help and give you as many tips and tricks and answer as many of your questions as possible. So if you have ideas of what you want to learn, go ahead and comment below. Let me know, and I will absolutely, I'll try to say words that make sense. I will absolutely put them on my list and plan them for you so that you're getting exactly what you want and what you need. All right, I hope you all have a great night, and I will talk to you super soon. Bye, y'all.